the Sonic Forces reviews just came out, and they're there.
They exist.
So to commemorate this splendid occasion, we're gonna show you our bottom 5 Sonic games.
I'm Sean, this is Kyle, and welcome to the very first Two Major Losers Bottom 5. Oh, we're supposed to stay. I'm sorry.
So at number 5 we have Sonic Unleashed, and mostly the Wii version. Because on the light side of the game, you have great controls, along with great boosting, speed controls. It's all very fun.
It's very much what a modern Sonic game is and should be.
Yeah, it really set the bar with those stages. And then the Werehog stages happened.
I think just the word werehog.
Yeah, that word itself just it throws you off. And it doesn't play like a Sonic game. It tries to become God of War. And with motion controls that don't work, and they're an essential part of the game, and you have to use them to get across the entire level, you can't get through the game. And it's really frustrating.
Now that is specifically the Wii, but the other games for other systems don't really make up.
All in all, it's just not a fun experience. With the amount of fun parts with the light section and the terrible parts with the Werehog sections, there is no in-between.
Next up on the list, number 4, Sonic Rush for the Nintendo DS. This is the game that introduced certain characters that were pretty popular in the Sonic series. However, it makes its way onto this list due to, once again, kind of like Sonic Unleashed, bad controls in which when you run or jump you have very little to no control whatsoever, and horrible, god-awful music.
Yeah, that's right. The only thing that keeps Sonic Rush from falling farther is the fact that the characters they introduced are actually pretty cool. Like Blaze, she becomes an essential part of the series until Sonic 06 happened. And surprisingly at number 3, we have what we just said, Sonic 06. Now, besides all the glitches and the not fun shadow gameplay, and Elise being in the game, besides that, you actually have a really functional game, and it would actually be really fun if it was completely finished. The problem is, it was Sonic Rushed.
Leave. You're no longer part of Two Major Losers YouTube channel. The channel is under my name. Goodbye.
Well, guys, this is Kyle signing off.
Next up on the list is Sonic Boom. This game, unlike the other ones we've reviewed so far, Unleashed, 06, Rush, this one has no redeemable qualities whatsoever, and is honestly one of the worst Sonic games ever. Storyline, characters, gameplay, it's horrible. Suffers from major frame rate issues as well. And what did they do to Knuckles? Why? Kyle! Get your butt back here, we need you! Few more things!
Oh, finally. Thanks, Sean.
Thanks, Kyle. Now it is time for the dishonorable mentions segment, as we discuss 2, 3, maybe 4 games that we wanted to put on the list, but didn't for either specific reasons or they were just too close.
Yeah. And so the 2 games we have are one of the most renowned that people like to hate, Shadow the Hedgehog, and the other, a lesser known title known as Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood.
Now, Shadow the Hedgehog, I personally enjoy.
Same here.
But Kyle has reasons that he thought it should have been on the list.
Yeah, to be honest, it could have been its own fun Sonic game. Because the homing attacks were very well done. The spin dashes were there. They were really cool chaos powers. But the enemies would never go down with those simple attacks. You had to use the guns that made no sense to be in the games. And along with Sonic Chronicles, it's actually a really fun RPG experience that BioWare managed to produce somehow. And there are just too many redeemable qualities to keep it off the list.
With Shadow the
Shadow the Hedgehog.
Okay, let's just keep going and take it from. But with Shadow.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yeah, Shadow the Hedgehog. But with Shadow the Hedgehog. I completely forgot what I was gonna say.
Okay. We're good.
Okay. But with Shadow the Hedgehog, the reason it didn't make the list is A, I fundamentally had a problem with it because I actually greatly enjoy the game. And also, B, we didn't really want to count it as a Sonic game. Because yes, Sonic is in it, but Sonic isn't really the main character.
And it was made to be built up as its own thing. Shadow was an up-and-coming character after his appearance in Sonic Adventure 2, and he had a resounding success.
Yeah, he was by far one of the most successful characters brought into the Sonic series after the fact. And the game had a lot of promising qualities, but it did have a lot of qualities to drag it down, and that is why it almost made it onto the Sonic bottom 5 list.
And for Sonic Chronicles, why it's kept off the list is because you actually have a really fun cast of characters to play as. It's not just Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, your usual gang of misfits.
You know, Pooh Bear, Briar Rabbit, Piglet, yeah, all of them.
Yeah, in which you can actually play as Big the Cat, and it's enjoyable. I never thought I'd say that sentence in my life, but here I am.
I enjoyed Adventure 1 Director's Cut.
You're off the team.
Oh, god damn it. Now that the dishonorable mentions are out of the way, we decided to go with Sonic and the Sacred Rings for the last game on this list. Number 1.
Unpopular opinion, we know, but let us explain.
Now, the game has a lot of great points. The storyline is kind of fun, and it brought light to this series that kind of started, and I wish they would do more with, as of recent, the storybook series. But its major flaws are the controls, and I know we've been harping on controls of the games this entire time.
But this is probably the biggest offender.
This Sonic the Hedgehog game, if you have not played it, has tilt controls with the Wiimote. Now, was it a fun game? Yes. Did I enjoy playing it? Yes. But the controls brought the experience down so much, it almost felt unforgivable. The push forward to go forward with the Wiimote and also holding it sideways, it felt more like I was playing a Need for Speed game than I was a Sonic the Hedgehog game. And thus, we decided to put it on the top of the list. And we know, like he said, it's an unpopular opinion, but let's also keep in mind that the backup speed is comparable to the Michael Jackson moonwalk.
That is true. And if you have Sonic able to back up, you have done something horribly wrong.
Exactly. However, this particular game, has one magnificent quality with it that almost wanted me to argue with him to pull it out of the list entirely. And that is the music.
The music is great.
It's probably one of the best music games, it's probably the Sonic game with the best music by far. I love Let the Speed Mend It. It's on my phone.
Yeah, the storybook genre, all around, both that and The Black Knight, had great soundtracks. Crush 40 has done an amazing job with this series.
Come back to us, Crush 40. We miss you.
Please, we need you now more than ever.
I'd like to point out that some of the worst songs that were done in the Sonic the Hedgehog series after Crush 40 left, Crush 40 actually did covers of, and they sounded 10 times better. That being said, let us now get to the number 1 best Sonic the Hedgehog game by far.
Yes, you've had enough negativity for one day, so it's time we bring some light to the situation.
Let's get positive.
And both of our number 1 favorite Sonic games of all time is Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. Now, hold on, we know Pro Jared has made a video explaining why it's not that as good as everyone says it is.
And some people out there say it's the worst.
Yes. Yeah. We're not going to talk about those people, but we understand where they're coming from, but we just don't agree. Sonic Adventure 2 Battle has awesome controls. It's got one of the best soundtracks, just a little bit away from the storybook series, but it's just all around the most fun experience. It feels like what a Sonic game should be.
The game itself was so much fun when I played through it the first time, and I thought myself, as someone who really enjoys racing games and stuff like that, wouldn't really enjoy it as much. But when I played through it on my own, it was so much fun, and it was almost like a book that I couldn't put down. whether it was wanting to take out the next level or the next challenge of a level, having the 5 different versions of each level, which normally I hate, but I loved, it felt more, like I said, like a book. And ironically enough, the storybook games later on are the only other games in the Sonic the Hedgehog series that actually felt that way to me. But the game just held my attention so well, especially with the Chow Gardens.
Oh, the Chow Gardens.
Ah, yes. I played that game for about a year before I even realized there was 2 other unlockable Chow Gardens.
Oh.
Kind of disappointed in myself.
May you rest in peace, Chows. And so, maybe the Sonic games over the past few years haven't been great. But there's always one thing that we can count on with the Sonic game. The music.
Crush 40! Where are you at, guys? We miss you.
Seriously, come back. May you rest in peace, Chows.
Omega. Best Chow. Fastest swimmer.
Remember when you could make demon Chows?
I gotta go. Ow! Hey guys, I'm Sean from the Major Losers. I hope you enjoyed that little blast from the past, so to speak. It was really, really interesting to go back and remember everything and the shoot and what it was like in this program that I'd never seen before, trying to put together a video. Because we shot that before I remembered, oh, that's right, they don't have Windows Movie Maker anymore. So, it was really fun to come back to it now. This is something I've always wanted to do. Yeah, it was just really, really interesting, really weird. But it was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed the little blast from the past. And I'm really excited for the content that's going to be coming out pretty soon. I got a lot of editing to do, so I think I'll catch you guys later. I'm Sean from the Major Losers, and I'll see you in the next one.